Hello and welcome, Sooner Nation, to all things Sooner sports.
One team went gambling for a crown,
while another keeps breaking their own record.
I'm your host, Darby McCormick, alongside our two analysts, Michael Thompson and Chris Holman, and this is Sooner Sports Pad.
Welcome to Sooner Sports Pad, presented by OU Health, proud to be Oklahoma's flagship academic health system.
We've had a busy past week of sports, and thanks to that, we have a lot to discuss. We'll start with championship gymnastics teams. OU men now champions of their conference yet again, and OU women currently in the race to win it all. And from natty rings to records, we'll discuss Kendall Wells later on in the show. And speaking of discussion, we'll have one with two members of OU soccer, all coming up.
Well, the question is, Darby, was the SEC championship loss a fluke for OU women's gymnastics? Well, let's find out. Freshman star Mackenzie Eastep making her regional debut on the vault, springing and flipping her way to a team-high 9.95 on the vault. But then we'll head over to the bars where we find Hannah Shively showing out and earning a 9.875. But the star of the show, it's senior Faith Torres, sticking the landing over on the balance beam for a perfect 10, helping secure the regional title once again, advancing OU to the NCAA championships, impressing KJ Kindler along the way.
I mean, I was amazed. I think there were a little nerves on day one. I felt like today they were a little calmer and more at peace as they moved through. I felt like I was seeing our gymnastics a little bit more today, like just kind of that confidence came back to them. And I don't know, I think they had a pretty phenomenal day.
This win just continuously proves this OU women's gymnastics dominance. It is their 16th straight regional title, by the way.
Well, Faith Torres' perfect 10 on beam for the second year in a row was key in sending OU to their 22nd straight NCAA championship appearance. She is clutch, and her veteran leadership could be a difference maker, helping OU repeat.
Like they've been doing almost every meet this season, the Sooners dominated on the vault, but that wasn't the bright spot for the Sooners in Lexington. OU scored a 49.75 on the beam, which was their highest event score of the season. And OU men's gymnastics were looking for their second straight MPSF title, and it's safe to say that they blew their competition out of the water. Fuzzy Bennis took home the vault title with a 14.35. Freshman Nathan Roman set the highest parallel bar score in the nation with a 14.7. Nico Hamilton scored a career-high 14.3 on the horizontal bar. Colby Aranda posted a 14.15, taking home the pommel horse title. And the icing on the cake, once again, the Sooners set the highest score in the nation with a 332.1, taking home their 21st MPSF championship.
Wow, but let's go back to Nathan Roman for just a second. He is a freshman, and he contributed to 4 individual conference titles for OU and the nation's highest parallel bar score.
Well, the freshmen have been impressive, but you cannot overlook the seniors. Fuzzy Bennis took home the vault title with a 14.35, his second conference title on vault and third overall. The senior experience plus the freshmen have OU in a good spot heading into the NCAA championships.
Michael, speaking of taking things home, to cap off their dominant season, not only did they finish undefeated, the Sooners had 8 gymnasts receive all MPSF honors.
Well, the postseason reached the end of the road for OU men's basketball at the College Basketball Crown Championship game. The Sooners, trailing early by 15, were able to power through and end the first half with a 41-37 lead. Now we go into the second half. It was a battle from 3 for Nigel Pack and West Virginia's Honor Huff. This shot tying the game up. But speaking of ties, let's watch this layup from Tay Davis, sending the Sooners into overtime. But it was plays from Huff and Jasper Floyd later on from behind the arc that made the Sooners kiss the crowd goodbye, losing 89-82 in OT.
Yeah, I thought both teams battled their tails off. A lot of big plays, both sides. A lot of guys not wanting to end their career. A lot of guys, I mean, I know there's the monetary part of it, but there was a lot of guys that didn't want their career to end tonight.
One thing about OU men's basketball, they love to lose a lead at the end of a game. And they did just that, leading by as much as 6 points in overtime, but losing by 7.
Well, this game encapsulated OU's season perfectly. OU was almost there once again, but this loss, it feels a little less sour because Porter Moser banked $100,000 in NIL money by making the final a good start to Roger Denny's vision of boosting resources for the program.
Speaking of more resources, the next step of Denny's plan has already been laid out with the hiring of Lucas McKay, who will be the first ever general manager for OU men's basketball.
Well, after their loss in the Sweet 16, the losses for OU women's basketball continue, starting with sophomore guard Zaya Vant, who announced on social media that she is entering the transfer portal.
Well, this is a head scratcher for me, Darby. She started every game this year, averaging over 10 points a game, and she was a defensive anchor for the team, averaging over 2 steals. Now, without Verhulst and Beers next year, I expected her to have a larger role, but with the success of her sister, Skylar Vann at OU, I did not see her leaving this offseason.
Another big loss for the Sooners is assistant coach Pauline Love. Before her arrival in Norman, she was an assistant coach and recruiting coordinator at Alabama, and after spending just 1 season with the Sooners, Alabama announced last Wednesday that Love will be returning to the Crimson Tide, but this time as their head coach.
Well, speaking of transferring, when we come back, we'll be transferring our focus over to both OU Diamond Sports, and we'll have an exclusive story on one Sooner and her journey to the Crimson and Cream. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back and welcome to Diamond Sports, where OU softball certainly did scratch up the Kentucky Wildcats. Michael, let's begin last Thursday with Game 1.
Well, Patty Gasso's squad picked up run rule win number 27 on Thursday, beating Kentucky 10-2. Now on Friday, Miley Wachinho is on the circle for 4 innings, striking out 3 batters and giving up 1 run. But despite going down in the first, the Sooners would score 9 unanswered runs, with Lexi McDaniel leading the way with 5 RBIs in the 9-1 win. OU fans witnessed history on Saturday as Kendall Wells sends home run number 30 into the stands, tying the NCAA freshman home run record in just 40 games. Junior Cassidy Pickering ends the series with this walk-off grand slam, but Kendall Wells remains the story.
A mature approach towards hitting. She looks to Ella and others. I enjoy watching our team talk with each other.
Yeah, it's super cool. Honestly, didn't know until he said it out loud, but I think it's cool. Just keep working hard. We have a lot of season left.
This Kentucky series added to the Sooners' 29th run rule victory. It's 7th in league play. Wow. It also brings their home run total to 144.
The hitting has been absurd, Darby, and Kendall Wells and the Sooners have a chance to make a statement in Austin. Texas handed OU one of their 2 losses in the Women's College World Series last year, so they'll be hungry for some Bevo burgers this weekend.
This team has certainly been on fire. They currently have the best batting average in the nation and lead the NCAA with 483 hits so far this season.
Well, over the last 2 years, second baseman Ailana Agbayani has developed into a staple of OU softball's lineup. Sooner Sports Pad reporter Sky Schreck has more on her and her journey to Oklahoma.
OU softball second baseman Ailana Agbayani grew up on the diamond. Her dad is MLB veteran Benny Agbayani. Her sister Alea played softball for BYU and Cal, and her brother is currently in the minor leagues with the Minnesota Twins. She told me she's learned a lot from that upbringing.
I think my parents both instilled great work ethic in my siblings and I, so continuing to work hard for what we want is definitely something that helped a lot.
She's been working hard since high school. While the Sooners opened the season on a road trip that took them to 4 states before they ever even played a home game, that is nothing on what she went through growing up, traveling across the ocean to play travel softball.
After school on a Friday night, I would catch the red eye. Instead of showing up a day early to practice and really ground myself, I would just catch the red eye, show up in the morning, and go straight to the field and play a game or practice.
That hard work has been paying off for Ailana in 2026. While her teammates, including freshman Kendall Wells, chase NCAA home run records, Ailana is one of the team's best contact hitters. She wants to set her teammates up for success.
Just really trying to get on base for my teammates because they are really the home run hitters, but it's been nice to hit a ball out a few times.
That doesn't mean she can't knock one into the crowd, though. Just like so many other Sooners, she's hit the most home runs of her career in 2026. For Sooner Sports Pad, I'm Sky Schreck.
Wow. OU baseball when they hosted Alabama this weekend, and the Crimson Tide took home a 10-7 win in Game 1. In Game 2, Cameron Johnson hurled a gem, throwing a career-high 6 in the third innings, striking out 8 Crimson Tide batters, helping the Sooners win 4-2. On to Game 3, OU down 3-1. Kyle Branch with what appeared to be the game-tying single, but after review, Dayton LaChance was tagged out before the second run crossed the plate, and Alabama would go on to win 3-2. Now, despite the series loss against the Crimson Tide, head coach Skip Johnson knows how valuable Cameron Johnson is to his team.
You'd have to be blind not to see that he's the best guy on the field. I mean, you know, when he's rolling and he's got it rolling, he's in a good rhythm. I mean, his stuff is electric. Probably one of the best left-handers I've ever coached. So, and that's what's also really cool for me, because I see the lowest of lows, and now I'm seeing the highest of highs.
While Cam Johnson is valuable, crucial defensive mistakes in Game 3 against Alabama didn't help his case. A trio of miscues allowing the Tide to plate 3 to a dropped fly ball, letting a runner make it home. Those things just can't happen.
Darby, if you take away the first 2 innings of the games OU lost, Alabama didn't even score. The Tide put up 10 runs on the Mercurius Bros before the third inning in Game 1, and in Game 3, that saw Bama score all of their runs in the first inning.
The Sooners seemed to right the ship last night after they took down Dallas Baptist 9-3, thanks in part to a 5-run third inning where Brendan Brock and Nolan Stevens hit back-to-back home runs.
Yeah. Well, when we come back, we are going to kick it with some very special guests from an exclusive interview with OU Soccer right here in Studio 8. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back as we welcome Elle Canty and Addie Tauscher from OU Soccer. Elle is a newcomer to Sooner Sports Pad, so welcome. She is a sophomore midfielder and a Norman native. Addie is also a sophomore and also a first-time guest to Sooner Sports Pad, so welcome to her too. She is a goalkeeper from Lenexa, Kansas, and with their spring exhibition slate well underway, there's much to talk about. So Michael, Chris, take it away.
Thanks, Darby, and thank you guys for joining us. And Addison, I'll start with a question from you. Or for you. You transferred here from Kansas. What drew you to Norman?
When my dad and I drove up, it immediately felt like home, like in Kansas. And I respect my coaches a lot at my old school, and they respected the coaches here and basically told me these are great people. They have the great goals. They have the right mindset going into everything. And the girls were awesome too, I heard. So, yeah.
Elle, you are from Norman. Was OU always the dream? Take me through the process of how you ended up in the Crimson and Cream.
No, I actually was really dead set on going out and just experiencing something new. And so I went on other college visits, and everyone told me I was going to feel at home when I am at the right place, and I only felt like that at Oklahoma. So, yeah, I mean, it was not shocking. Everyone kind of thought I'd end up here, but here I am. So
you guys are playing Texas in the Cotton Bowl coming up here soon. Take me through some of your thoughts on that. That's a huge venue to play at. Are you excited? What are your thoughts?
You want to start?
I'm so excited. I'm shocked we're playing Texas in a spring game. We don't usually since we play them in the fall, but it's going to be so exciting, crazy. It's going to be an intense game.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm really excited for the rivalry. Since this is my first semester here, I don't think I've ever really felt it. We've had rivalries in the past, but this one I've heard is really extreme. So I'm really excited to take that head on, and I think it's a great opponent for a spring game. So yeah.
Now, Elle, Mia Hamm is your favorite player, and can you kind of walk me through why?
I have loved her since I was little. That was like the first soccer player we'd ever talked about, me and my dad. He was my coach growing up, and I was number 9 for a while, and I just thought it was so cool. And I just loved watching her play. I mean, obviously she's retired, but she was just like a great person on and off the field. I mean, I don't know her, but from what I've heard about her. And so ever since I was little, she was just like my favorite. I don't know.
Addie, you are a goalkeeper, so that's not an easy position. It's a lot physically and mentally. Take me through your experience playing goalkeeper, both physically and mentally.
So you have to be a goldfish, is what they'll all tell you. So I mean, you can get scored on 1 minute and then have also the game-winning play all within the same minute. And I think physically, honestly, it's a lot of hip mobility. I've learned that as you get older, and it's just a lot of taking time to stretch and take care of your body first, and then also, yeah, mentally be a goldfish, and each day is a new day to do something new.
Here's a fun question. So what feels better, to score the game-winning goal? You scored a lot of goals in high school and some here as well. So what feels better, to score the game-winning goal or make the game-winning save?
I mean, we're going to have different answers. I play like a lot more defensive here, and it's so rewarding getting back, making a slide tackle, tackling. So, I mean, for me here, I would love to do that, to save a goal. But, I mean, there can't be anything better than, at least I would feel the same way passing. Like, I'm a big passer, but I would feel great either way. I'd take either. So
Probably, honestly, gotta say making the save, but if I made it up the field and I scored a game-winning goal, that would be highlight of my life. So yeah,
We've seen it before.
You never know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on Sooner Sports Pad. Good luck in spring ball. So we'll send it back to Darby.
Yes, thank you both so much for your time. But when we come back, we will still be discussing some other OU sports, so do not go anywhere. Hello and welcome back. We covered some ground on OU sports. Now it's time to cover some more. So let's start with women's tennis. Michael?
We have to talk about a team that has been dominant. OU women's tennis has won 11 matches in a row, and the latest team to meet the Sooner broom was the Missouri Tigers, highlighted by the doubles pair of Evelina Laskovich and Ida Mamadova, who won their match 6-3, helping the Sooners to their 24th doubles point of the year.
Saturday was senior day for OU men's tennis, and they hosted 6th-ranked Mississippi State. And it's safe to say that the Sooners showed out for their seniors. Oscar Lucida's singles performance clinched the 4-3 upset win for OU, giving Oklahoma their 6th straight conference victory and their 3rd straight win over a top 25 opponent.
Well, one of the top softball recruits in the nation is crossing the Red River. Sooner Sports Pad reporter Kevin Daniel tells a story of how the #1 outfielder in the class of 2027 knows there's only one school for her.
The city of Melissa, Texas has seen a population growth of over 120% since the 2020 census. And one of those newcomers is 5-star OU softball commit, Finley Williams. Williams, a DFW native, began her softball journey at age 4 and has grown to love the sport that's given her so much.
My mom and dad just took us to softball fields, and my dad just started hitting softballs at me really hard, and I learned to love it. It's taught me how to really just get through when times are getting rough.
While a .597 batting average and 12 home runs certainly speak for themselves, Williams' true superpower comes with the energy she brings.
She just is the Energizer Bunny. You know, she is the one that gets everybody hyped. She's full of energy. She's never down. Like, if it's a bad situation, she's never down. She's super consistent. You know, she's lead off, and I always know that she's going to make a difference.
But to Finley, the question of whether or not to go to OU was, well, a softball, knowing her personality and energy would fit right in.
It's like one big family. It's not like a bunch of little cliques or whatever. Like, they're all one big family, and you can see that. Like, they don't just put that on for like recruits to go there and be like, y'all need to act like this. Like, they naturally just act like that. They all have fun, and they're all so competitive.
As On3's #2 player in the class of 2027, Melissa's dancing queen looks to guide the Lady Cardinals to their 3rd straight state championship. From Melissa High School, Kevin Daniel, Sooner Sports Pad.
Thanks, Kevin. When we come back, we will have our 2 analysts debate their picks over Sooner sports topics. Everyone's favorite part of the show, Face Off, is next. Hello and welcome to Face Off, where Michael and Chris make their picks and the audience will decide the winner. Let's kick it off with each of you picking your team of the week.
I feel like it's pretty obvious. The team that won regionals and punched their ticket to the championship meet is my team of the week. Yeah. OU Women's Gymnastics continues to be the gold standard of women's gymnastics. KJ Kindler has been at OU for 20 years, and she's taken her squad to the championships. Guess how many times? Every year. You can't do much better.
Yeah. Michael, I know somebody who has done better, and that's Mark Williams. Not only did he coach OU Men's Gymnastics to their 21st and 2nd straight MPSF championship, but they also set the nation's highest score again with a 332.1, and the Sooners now have the top 3 highest scores in the nation this season.
Nice start. Now it's on to your OU women's MVP. Which female athlete stood out to you the most this week? And although I would say it's myself, sorry. Chris, you're up first.
Darby, my women's MVP has to be Kendall Wells. In the Sooners' 3 games against Kentucky, she hit 3 home runs, tying the NCAA single-season freshman home run record of 30 home runs. And she did it in just 40 games. If she keeps this pace up, she might break the all-time NCAA record of 37 home runs in a season.
Well, this, well, that. Well, Chris, that is the wrong pick. Faith Torres dropped a perfect 10 on beam once again in the NCAA regional round for OU women's gymnastics. She scored a perfect 10 on beam 3 times in her career, and 2 of them have been in the postseason. She shows up when it matters most, Chris. I don't know why you don't.
Wow, well, from women's MVP to the men in crimson and cream, let's choose your Sooner standout for this week. Michael?
It's been a pretty rough 2 weeks for OU baseball, dropping 2 sets in a row, but Cam Johnson has been a rare bright spot. In those 2 losses in the series, he's looked good. He had 8 strikeouts in the lone win against Alabama. The bats are not clicking right now for OU, but he is heating up at the right time.
Michael, you might want to pick somebody who actually won something this weekend. Nathan Roman won the parallel bars title at the MPSF Championship and set the nation's highest parallel bars score with a 14.7. And by the way, that score is also a career high.
Well, wow, now it's on to the final pick of the night. What is your 2 what to watch for?
Darby, I'm watching out for OU men's basketball hiring Lucas McKay from Clemson. We've seen what Jim Nagy did for football. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do for men's basketball.
Come on, Chris, it's Masters season. You've got to be looking out for Chris Goddard, former Sooner, who will be making his Masters debut. I'm looking to see if he can grab that green jacket.
Okay, well, we have all the answers we need. If you think it's Chris for tonight, make some noise. Okay. Now, if you think it's Michael, let me hear it. Okay, let me hear it one more time for Chris. Okay, and one more time for Michael. Okay, I think the winner for tonight is going to be Chris. Thank you for watching Sooner Sports Pad, everybody. We will see you here, same time, same place, next week. Good night, everybody.